and welcome to In My Mug, episode number 109 on Monday the 13th of December 2010. My name is Steve Layton and I know this because I'm feeling better. So, yeah, a lot better than last week. Sorry about last week, still. I'm still apologising about it. Sorry if people walk past and stuff too. I'll explain more why that is in a second. But yeah, sorry about last week. Today I'm at Twisted Pepper. Which is 3FE during the day and Twisted Pepper at night. We've done one here before, but I've been in Dublin all weekend with the guys here, and yeah, I'm not going to get time to record this unless I do it now, so that's why I'm doing it now. And we dive into the comments, lots and lots from last week, so thank you. Lots of lovely emails as well, asking about my health and all those things, and you've all been wonderfully kind, so thank you. So, Gaz Whitley said, respect to you for recording this, that's dedication for you. Some people call it dedication, Gaz, some people call it stupidity, you decide. Nick, who's at Cloggish on Twitter, Steve, thanks for soldiering on through the recording, what a star. Sorry about the factoid, fact-tech thing, but it was Nick that mentioned about factoid meaning something different to what I thought it was, so now we have to do fact-techs. Nick, thank you for telling me, I could have carried on with that for years. So, Jacob Orr said, that was sad to watch, get to feeling better, pretty awesome that you filmed it anyway though, thank you Jacob, that's really kind. And Jacob is from the guys at Dirty Cup who are trying to raise some money for their a project. I'm going to put a link below, you can go and read some more about it, but thank you very much Jacob, that's very kind. Wendy in Quebec said, loving the coffee while watching my favourite Monday video, speedy recovery to you and double whammy with the neck and cold. It was a double whammy. Thanks for the charming and tasteful Christmas cheer, which is obviously the Christmas card that had lots of lovely feedback about, so thank you Wendy. Keith O'Sullivan brewed this up in the Chemex earlier and had a great cup. Actually had a bowl of tinned peaches and custard the other night, so the flavour was fresh in my head when I brewed it up in the morning. Love the smoothness and the chocolate and the dry sweetness in the middle. Superb, Keith, thank you. Don Atcher said, Steve, you're a legend, get well soon, thank you very much. Andy from Maidenhead, 10 out of 10 for effort and commitment, Steve. Yeah, 1 out of 10 for quality last week, I feel though. Dan Latcher, yeah, off to get the starter pack, can't wait for the shipment across the pond now. Get better, mate, thank you, Dan. Phil G, blimey, Steve, get better soon. Sterling effort as always. See, you were all lovely to me last week, and I didn't deserve loveliness. Alex Redgate, get well soon. Really enjoyed the cafetiere, very gluggable, lovely Mayfield, milk chocolate. Colin Moody, what a fantastic coffee, tons of peaches and apricot, that's awesome Colin. Giles, had this in the AeroPress and bat pot on the espresso machine and I don't think it's made a bad cup yet. Sang Ho, who was meant to be here yesterday and couldn't make it, which was very upsetting. Smelled a lot of apricots when it brewed, pleasant acidity, zesty in the middle, that's awesome Sang. Ben, great idea, the online card, thank you Ben. Chris Rushbrook, been very much enjoying Costa Ricans, nice and crisp and clean, very easy to drink, lots of lovely creamy chocolate coming through, the pour over, tried to siphon, still getting inconsistent results, a bit more practice needed. And then we've got JJ. Remember these 3 simple rules. 1, never apologise. I always apologise. It's one of my worst traits. I apologise for everything. 2, never let them see you sweat. Last week, I was sweating. 3, never forget you have an edit button. I never ever edit these, JJ. These always go out regardless. I think you should get them out there, otherwise I'd be editing forever. Steve said, I hope you had a week in bed and feel a lot better now. Steve, I didn't have any time in bed. Well, I had the weekend in bed, but I went to work on Monday. I didn't miss any time off, which I'm proud of. And final one, Barry said, hope you're feeling better now, Steve. Many thanks for your commitment. You're not only doing the show, but providing us with other delicious coffee. So that's that done. Listen, oh no, one thing I wanted to talk about, the In My Mug app. Quite nearly forgot then. I wanted to go into some of the scores on there because there's been lots and lots of people commenting on this week's. So viewers' copy notes. We've got David Walsh gave it a 90, Andrew Duncan an 89, Emil an 89, Colin an 88, and Alex an 87. So that's awesome. Thank you guys for leaving your cupping scores. That seems to be a fairly consistent, kind of pleasant one. People have seemed to really enjoyed it, which is fantastic. Let's just take a look. Peach Melba was one of the descriptors. What we got here? Pine cones, chocolate, apricot, lemon zest. So that's cool. Viewers' copy notes. What else we've got? Looking on that one. Colin, we've got apricot, smooth cocoa, accessible and drinkable coffee. So there were some comments on the In My Mug app. If you haven't got the app, you should have it. It's brilliant. So. Coffee we're going to talk about today is coffee we did about 7 or 8 ago was the Colombian Mirador Typica from Santuario. This is the Bourbon, which is the Heliconias, which is 100% Bourbon, but that one was past crop. This is the new crop, so it's going to be interesting for people who tried the previous one to kind of look at it alongside this one. We have also got the typical one back in stock as well, but this is the one we're going to do this week. So, I'm going to whack you on pause, I'm going to go and make it at the bar here, and then I will be back with you in just a moment. Right, so I'm back. Very kindly had the coffee brewed for me by Jordan here at 3FE in a V60. So, actually before I do that, I should show you a picture of the rose colour, which I'm going to show you now. You'll see that this is a medium roasted coffee, fairly on the light side to be honest. We found with both of these Colombians that they don't really need a dark roast on them, kind of keeping it as a medium style of roast. Just lets a lot of those sweetnesses and a lot of the acidity come through, and a lot of the complexities. Tell you a little bit about the farm first of all. The farm is called Finca Santuario, and the area of the farm is called Heliconias, which is where the Bourbon is from. Bourbon is a varietal as old as time, a varietal that I normally prefer and lean towards when making an espresso. The farm is in the region of Cali, in the northeast of Colombia, if I'm thinking right. I kind of did that last time and I went away and checked, but I can't remember. I think it's the northeast. The farm has an altitude of around about, I think it's about 1700 to around about 2100, but this part of the farm is 2050 metres above sea level, so some fairly chunky altitude there. The farm is owned by Camilo Merizald. Kind of my homework today was to try and remember names and things, and I can't. So yes, this farm is an experimental farm where they've started to plant. They're planting mainly Bourbon and Typica, which are the two that we have. It's around about 70% of the farm. The other 30% they've planted some Indonesian varietals. They've planted some geisha. They've planted a whole heap of other things to experiment and try with, but the majority of the crop is Bourbon and Typica. Two coffees which are historically very difficult to grow in Colombia, very difficult to grow full stop, but particularly difficult in Colombia, particularly with a lot of the pest problems that they've got going on there. So they've got a lot of leaf rust going on, a lot of kind of mites and things in the kind of eating the coffee plants and stuff, which really affect production, but they have persevered. Camilo set up the farm around about 10 years ago. He decided that during the middle of the crisis, the financial crisis in coffee, that he was going to have a coffee farm that was just about quality, and all these tiny lots. I mean, hats off to him. Dangerous time to do it. Really difficult time when you weren't sure you were going to get great prices, but he got them, and he kind of went out there and has produced an awesome coffee that we're really excited to sell. The Typica that we had last year, we had 5 bags of, and I think we sold out in about 2 or 3 weeks. Luckily, with both of these, we've got 20 bags of this one and 25 bags of the Typica. So we're going to have lots of the coffee and around for a long time, I hope. So, anyway, time to dive into the cup. So on the smell, you can smell a sweetness, but what you can mainly smell is a zestiness. This is a lively coffee. I've said this with the Columbia last time and both the Columbias. These are some of the most complex cups, taste-wise, that I've ever had the privilege to enjoy. I think they are super complex. So, front end again, a lot of dark chocolate, almost like baker's chocolate, cooking chocolate. The kind of chocolate you make a cake out of, but you wouldn't eat the bar of. But then what happens is it's like an explosion of acidity, and the biggest one for me is like a lime and a lemon, and it's almost as if you've got a lime and lemon and covered them in chocolate, because you get this explosion. We get chocolate first of all, but as the chocolate kind of melts and dissipates, you get this real fruitiness come through. And there's some floral components in there as well, so you end up with like a kind of almost like a jasmine-y floral tone coming through in there, which gives it the complexity. Every time you go back to it, you can find something different in there. If you sip it and go and look, and you'll find the lemon. Sip it again, you'll find the lime. Sip it again, you'll find the chocolate. So there's so much going on in the cup. It can be really kind of quite confusing, but well worth sitting and enjoying and savouring and kind of really getting into. Right, I'm going to offer you a voucher, money off code coming up below. It's going to give you 50p off up until Christmas, and yeah, dive in and have a look at it. Anything else I need to talk about? Ooh, Christmas arrangements. So basically with Christmas coming, we're going to have problems with the postage and all the rest of it. So next week's will go out as normal. The week after's, you're going to get two. So you're going to get the Christmas Day falls on a Saturday, I think, so you're going to get the one sent out before, which is going to be early, and we're also going to send out the New Year one, but we're not going to put the videos up until afterwards, so just a way of getting them out there. So you're going to have two in a little bit earlier than you would normally expect them to come, and you're going to have two, but that's going to see you through till the New Year, and then New Year will be back to normal from then onwards. So any questions, drop me an email. I'm rambling, I'm going to shut up. Life's too short for feeling poorly, which was last week, but life's too short for feeling great, enjoying some lovely coffee with friends in one of my favourite coffee shops. So yeah, life is too short for bad coffee.